Am I live? Yo, I'm definitely live for like the first time ever. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I haven't. It's like my first time going live. I'm just in here. I'm just seeing what's up with it. What's up, y'all? Well, Planet Brooklyn Supreme. What up? What up? This is my first time going live. I'm just in here. I'm just trying something new. Just seeing what's up. To be completely honest with y'all, you know what I'm saying. Probably show the belt collection or something like that. Who knows? To talk about getting to some wrestling shit. You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't have cursed just now. I really probably shouldn't have cursed just now. I probably should have just kept that to myself because I'm not gonna lie. Like I went live on Instagram a couple times, but I've never really went live on YouTube. So this is actually like very much new. This is new to me. I'm not gonna hold you. But I'm liking it so far. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely liking it so far. I would have appreciated if I could put my phone on landscape instead of holding it like this. But this is cool too. This is cool too. Anybody who's just joining in the live, which is probably not going to be a lot of people, but it's all good. I'm just kind of like learning the rigors of this because you know what I'm saying. This is like my first time doing something like this, but I definitely want to start getting into more of the streaming stuff. You know what I'm saying? Probably play some games or something like that. Tap in with people and stuff. Who knows? But I just kind of wanted to see where this was at, see how this looks, cause I never went live on YouTube ever. What's up with it though? What's up with it though? What we doing? How's everybody's day been? Yo, yo, low key. Like the fact that they've been plugging this for like a year is kind of crazy. Oh shit, yo, yeah. Nah, like, what up, Mob Trey? How you doing, bro? Yeah, this is my first time in this, but yo, to get back to what I was talking about. Yeah. Triple H being at the Pacers game is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of just goes to show that like all of this sports stuff is scripted low key. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but we could call a spade a spade. And yeah, it's high key scripted, like highest of key, even down to like the sports betting stuff. Crew, what up, bro? What up? Yeah, nah, but off rip, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Um, this shit is definitely scripted. When you really think about it, like on some bare bones activity, it's scripted. It's just like wrestling, like sports, it's scripted. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, like I said, but sports is 100% scripted because if you even take into account the sports betting stuff, a lot of times you would think about it. This sports betting shit is kind of a little funny too. It's definitely a little funny because a lot of these sports betting companies are sponsors to the NBA. They're sponsors to the NFL and stuff like that. So when you really think about it, if they're sponsors and certain people are betting a certain way, I feel like last minute they'll probably say something along the lines of like, "Oh, Brunson got 29 points. Mad people think he gonna drop 30. All right, yo, sit him out for the rest of the game. Sit his ass out for the rest of the game. What we got?" And yeah, Spike Lee, I'm not gonna hold you. He be having some bullshit on. Uh, what we got? I think the Knicks is done, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Knicks is done. I hate to say it, but that's what it's looking like. They not getting no calls, and I know for a fact in when it's the home. Oh shit. Hey babe. Hey baby. How you doing? Can't wait for you to come home. Low key, highest of key actually, highest of key. But yeah, nah. I don't think that the Knicks is going to pull it off because they're down 3-1. They play in the Garden next game, so they might be able to run away with two. But I don't think they winning shit. That team is way too fast paced. Um, a lot of these guys they bruised, they banged up. Um, Towns he's hurt. I think he has like a knee contusion or something like that. So yeah, it's over. I'm not gonna hold you. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's over. Yo, no funny, no funny. A lot of people run around and say that Spike Lee is part of the reason why they be losing, and I'm not gonna lie, that might be a thing because Real Spill. Look at the record. Look at how bad they've been doing for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And like 30 of those 40 years, Spike Lee's had season tickets. I don't know, man. I don't know. Towns was holding his knee. I thought that it was a MCL sprain. I thought it was an MCL sprain when I initially saw it because he was holding his knee most of the game. I hope that he can pull it off, and I hope that the Knicks could go to seven, but I don't think they're gonna go to seven, bro. Not even gonna lie. But if anybody could come back, it's definitely the Knicks. But I don't think that it's gonna happen only because when you really take into account what's really going on right now, it's kind of nasty. They wasn't getting no calls. They was giving Halliburton MVP type calls during the game last night. When I was watching that shit, I was like, nah, this is nasty. Ooh, I. Hold on, bro. I can't give you that. I can't give you Cowboys. I can't give you Cowboys, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Cowboys ain't go to no conference finals. They ain't go to no wait. Are they the NFC or AFC? NFC. They haven't went to no NFC championships in like God knows how long. Every single time they get into the playoffs, they spoil it. They fuck it up. They ruin it. Kaput. That shit crazy. It's nasty work out here. The Cowboys is going to Cancun every year, bro. Like I don't know, it's something rigged. It's something. It's not rigged. That's actually the wrong word for me to be saying. Nah, something. They got bad juju somewhere out there in Dallas because I'm not gonna hold you. 30 plus years of them not doing shit for real. It's kind of like it makes you think. Start to make you wonder. They play like they got timeshares there. That's funny as fuck. In the age of yo, really and truly, if the Cowboys is your team, and I know Marv Trey, I know you from Texas, bro. I know you know what I'm saying. Dallas got a special place in your heart. I know that, but I ain't gonna hold you. Them niggas is ass, bro. We got bread and bad staff. And yeah, kind of like the Knicks. Kind of like the Knicks for the past 50 years, charging niggas. Yo, you know how much they charging people to watch the game in the Garden? They charging about, I think the lowest ticket like for the nosebleeds was like $800. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is nuts. I'm actually very surprised. I ain't think nobody was gonna be. I ain't think nobody was gonna be in this live. I'm not gonna hold you. Nah, y'all. Yeah, no, for real. Cause like you know what I'm saying. I'm Brooklyn born, best style raised, bro. So like watching the Knicks get smoked like this, it's kind of like a bittersweet moment because it's like the last time I think they went to the conference finals was what 2000. So the fact that they went to the finals, the conference finals in 2000 versus 25 years later, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? At least it happened twice in my lifetime, but I don't think we ever going to see the Knicks really get to where they need to be. Like they're a couple pieces away, and I love the Knicks, but I don't know. See what I'm saying, dog? I seen this shit. Yeah, nah, it's yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I tried to. I was looking at tickets on some. I was looking at some tickets on some. I just want to see how much they cost. You know what I'm saying? And real spill, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, nah, this is way out of my tax bracket. Maybe one day, but you know what I'm saying? That's probably going to be like when I'm in my late 30s or something like that, because those seats are expensive. Uh, Yo, I had no clue that I can even do that. I had no clue I could chop things up like if it's already live and edit it and stuff like that. What you mean, like I could download it and then I can edit it, or I can edit it in like YouTube Studio. But yeah, I ain't doing nothing spectacular right now. I'm just on this live, just you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I sometimes I like to touch the people. Pause. You know what I'm saying. Oh shit, I ain't know that. Yo, all of the teams that they know is ass, those tickets is definitely going to be cheap because, yo, you can get Nets tickets. You can go get Brooklyn Nets tickets and go to the Barclays Center and get really good seats for like 150. Like really good seats, like up close where you can see these niggas balling. Like for real, you could probably get some really good seats for 150 in the Barclays. Yo, the Barclays is so ghetto. Like the what you call it, the security staff at the Barclays Center be funny as fuck because they be just trying to get their shit off. They don't give a damn about no security, no venue security, nothing. They be fucking their co-workers and all of that. And I probably shouldn't be saying all of these curses, man. I'm not gonna hold you because they might try to flag me low key. Oh shit. Yeah, I had no clue. I learned something today. I spent the 50 about a bench in the Yo, no, for real. No, for real. And yeah, yeah, there's like there's really no bad there's yeah. It's almost as if it's like, all right, we know these niggas is gonna lose for real, but like, I mean, if you want to get the NBA experience to some extent, you can do this. You can rock out with this right now. It's kind of crazy when you think about that, though. But I learned something today. Now, like once I crack them 1,000 views and stuff like that, and I can actually really get in here and do whatever it is that the YouTube studio will allow me to do when I start hitting that 1K mark and stuff like that. Best believe I'm gonna be on here like Burleezy and shit, just on here streaming. You're gonna see me playing story modes and all of that. I might not touch GM because GM in WWE 2K25 it just don't hit the way it did when it was SmackDown versus Raw. Coming from Mississippi to watch the Cowboys lose is crazy. For real though. That shit crazy. Yo, I got about like 20 more minutes before this edible hit. Not gonna hold y'all. But I'm gonna let this edible hit and I'm gonna watch what you call it. I'm gonna watch AEW for like the first time. I'm gonna watch the entire show this time around. I haven't played 2K since 18. You know what's funny? I think 17 or 18 to me personally was one of the best ones. I think it was 17. Stories be leftovers from actual creator team that don't. You know what's crazy about that too, bro? You know what's crazy about that? I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times the storylines in the game be better than the storylines on actual TV. You know, that's the wild part because every single time I play WWE 2K and ever since they started doing the my career mode again or my rise or whatever they call it, a lot of those storylines I'd be like, yo, if they really did this, this would be must see TV. You know what I'm saying? Like this right here, this would be cold as hell. Like I think last year they had Montez Ford win the Royal Rumble or some shit. And I'm like, they should have did this in real life. And I remember in I think I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2010, or it might have been 2009. They had Matt Hardy win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he was what happened? And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the honorable thing, and I'm gonna cash in on you right now while you're fresh." Got his ass whooped his ass. Probably whooped his ass in 3 minutes, to be honest. But that was funny. And yes, Montez Ford is definitely due for a solos run. I've been waiting, bro. Like I'm still here, and I'm just like, when are they actually gonna pull the trigger? I feel like Angelo Dawkins now is good enough to fly on his own, where it won't be a question of, all right, well, they gonna make this dude a jobber or nah. Since the switch, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. Like once 2K kind of took over, they got real greedy, real greedy. It's nasty out here, bro. It's really nasty out here. They got they got so greedy, and what they did, they wasn't even giving us like quality. They wasn't even really giving us quality gameplay. Like I think those first couple of 2Ks was, to me personally, it was terrible. Like 14, hit or miss. 15, trash. 16, wasn't a fan of it really. They didn't really start hitting until 17, and then 17 was calm. 18 was calm. I'm trying to think. I think I got 19, but I skipped out on I think I skipped out on 20. 20, I heard 20 was trash. He's he's 100% still going to be the Marty Jannetty of my bad. I'm just going back and forth and shit, but yeah, nah. He Angelo Dawkins is still going to be the Marty Jannetty, because if Tez wins the World Heavyweight Championship, the most I see Dawkins doing is probably winning like the IC title, maybe another tag team championship. Who knows? But he's definitely going to be the Jannetty of the squad. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Dawkins though. That's my man's. 2K20. Yeah. It was yeah. 2K20 and 2K20, cuz wait. Actually, they skipped it. They didn't even drop a 2K21. They was supposed to, but they didn't even drop a 2K21. They said, "Nah, y'all got to just sit this one out, this year out, because 2K20 was just so bad." So they was like, "Nah, we're going to try to revise this." And you know what's funny about it? They tried to do the revision of it, and they literally made the same game over. They was like, "All right, yeah, we just gonna go back to the drawing board. We're not gonna drop 2K21 this year. We're just gonna, we gonna skip out on it." And it was during the pandemic too. And then we got 2K22, and it was literally the same game. The only thing I really liked about it was like they had the Rey Mysterio version, and that version had Rey Mysterio with his first WWE theme, the "Who's that jumping out the sky?" And they had his I think they had him jumping out the sky, like the jumping out the sky entrance. That was why I like that one so much. I need Spike to get that license back. Yo, no funny shit, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen though. But that would be lit though. But I don't think it's ever gonna happen. 2020 was so bad that I affected it myself. Yo, that shit funny as hell. Cause really, yo, really and truly, like that shit was glitching and stuff like that. And I usually wait like about a month or two before I buy the game. I bought 2K25 early this year only because it was like a flash sale. So I got that shit for like 30% off, and I was like, all right, you know what? And Cash App was having like a little PSN percentage off, like I think it was like 10%. So I literally got 2K25 for about $25. So I was happy. I was very content. I wasn't even mad. I was like, all right, you know what? It's not a great game, but it's actually smoother than it has been. So I'm not gonna lie. If you got the opportunity to play 25, fuck it. See what's up with it. What's been in rotation from music wise? Well, as far as music goes, I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't really been listening to a lot of new music, because even the R&B that I was into has been letting me down low key. Now, I'm waiting for you to drop. I I'm waiting for you to drop. Like when you started sending the screenshots of the songs and the album cover and whatnot, I was like, wait, hold on. Ain't no way I fucking missed a Mob Trey album release. That's kind of crazy. But when you clarified it and you told me, nah, this is just like this is how it's gonna look when I do drop it. I'm like, all right, bet. All right, cool. So I'm definitely waiting for your shit to drop. But really, right now, only person I'm probably looking forward to musically, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm on some old head shit, bro. I'm waiting for Nas and DJ Premier to drop. Definitely waiting for Nas and DJ Premier to drop because I think he's doing like I think he's doing like a executive producing an album with what Slick Rick. I think Slick Rick's album's gonna come out first, and then I think Raekwon's gonna drop an album, or is it Wu Tang? Or it's probably Raekwon, and then I think Nas and Primo's gonna drop. So that's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of hoping that Hove drop an album, but that's wishful thinking at this point. What else? R&B wise, man, I gave up on Miguel. I don't think Miguel dropping no music ever again. Um, yeah. So other than that, other than those people, I'm definitely waiting for I'm definitely waiting for the album. It's gonna be a mixture of hip hop and R&B, or is it gonna be just like straight R&B? Because like you've been getting in your sensual bag with the album covers, so you know what I'm saying. Um, Def Hope and Prime Four. I don't. I think it's gonna come out at some point, but I just don't think it's gonna come out this year. Nas career resurgence. Yo, no, no funny shit. No funny shit, bro. Yo, Nas came back with the King's Disease 1, 2, and 3. Then he dropped the Magic. I'm not gonna hold you out of all of those. Magic one is the best one lyrically, but I enjoy all three King's Diseases. I think my favorite King's Disease is probably 2 because it had the whole firm on there, like AZ and them guys. That was dope. But Nas, I'm I'll probably be the minority in this, but I think with those 6 releases, I think it was 6. It was 5 or 6, because it was King's Disease 1, 2, and 3, and then it was Magic 1 and 2, I think. But yeah, nah, those 5 releases, it made his discography a lot better, a lot better. All R&B, a few verses. That's gonna be fire. Definitely looking forward to that. I don't really fuck with I don't really fuck with rap as much as I used to because all these niggas fucking suck, man. Um, as I hate to say it like that, but yo, that New York shit, the let me stop cursing before they kick me off this live. I'm wilding. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, that whole Joey versus the West Coast stuff told me all I needed to know about New York hip hop. Like, there's a lot of guys that will bar up that's not getting the type of attention that they should, and it's kind of nasty, because hip hop in New York is supposed to be synonymous with each other. It's the mecca, but a lot of these guys not rapping. They just trying to catch viral moments and do drill music, and I like drill music. Yeah, nah, it's definitely yeah. I figured it was 3. It was 3 Magics and it was 3 KDs. I'm trying to remember. I think yeah, I think Magic 3 is probably like my least favorite, but Magic 1 was crazy. I remember exactly where I was when Magic 3 came out. I like Ray Vaughn, but like I don't know, like all of that D riding that he was doing for the West Coast and whatnot. It's like, bruh, come on, man. I think yeah, Magic 1 and 2 was lyrically his best display. He was putting on a clinic on Magic 2 and 3. I mean 1 and 2. He definitely was, especially Magic 1. Like when Magic 1 came out, I think I was at work that day. I think I was at work when Magic 1 came out, and I was waiting for my relief to come, I think, and then he was on his way, but he was late. So I was like, "Eff it, let's listen to this Nas album real quick." And I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed. I was like, "Nah, this is tough. This is hard. This is what I like to see." You know what I'm saying? I think my favorite song on that one is "Speechless." Speechless. Um, Yo, be safe, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that edible is actually starting to hit. So I'm I'm not gonna lie. I might f around and get out of here too. But 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 I got a question for the those who are watching right now. Um, what's your favorite wrestling belt design? I want to know. What's your favorite wrestling belt design? Um, Mine is the undisputed championship. The undisputed championship has always been my favorite belt. I do have the world heavyweight title too. Hold up. Yeah. Ah shit. I got the I got my favorite one is the undisputed because I'm a ruthless aggression kid. So I always loved the what you call it, the like this design, the undisputed championship. Like Brock Lesnar had it, Eddie Guerrero, John Cena for like 2 seconds had it. So this has always been my favorite John. Like this is my John. And then I have the world heavyweight title, but I have like the world heavyweight title from the 2011 2012. It's the one that has the red inside of it. Um, really and truly, I only got it because it was on sale. But it's the commemorative version, so it's like it's plastic. My real one is the undisputed. That's the real one. I rock with the Daniel Bryan vegan belt. No funny. When he first came out with that, I was like, yo, this is ugly. But then I started warming up to it only because of the fact that I knew this it was gonna go over. It went perfectly with his gimmick, But when Kofi beat him for it, I was actually mad happy. I was like, yeah, nah, bro. Let's change this back. The one that I hate the most though, I think the one that I hate the most is the Universal Championship. Both of them, the red one and the blue one. I don't know what Vince McMahon. Real spill. When they said Vince McMahon was stepping down, I was happy as hell. Strictly off of the fact that he created or okayed and gave the green light for the Universal Championship to be created. When literally the World Heavyweight title was right there, it made no sense. They could have just made a new World Championship. Yeah, yo, and it was getting to a point where I feel like they was trying to make every single title belt the color of the brand. Like they was on some shit where they was excuse me they was trying to turn the belts into chaos emeralds on some nasty activity, man. And real spill that that was when I was like ready to check out when it comes to WWE. You think they're gonna do a new championship belt? That I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely something to talk about because they could do one or two things. They can let Cody beat John Cena for the title at like I don't know SummerSlam, or they can let him hold on to the title until he retires and then just create a whole new one. I low key feel like that might be an idea that Triple H might be into, but who knows? That would be the only thing that would make the title run worthwhile because as much as I hate the product sometimes, it would be funny as hell to see them do something petty like, "Oh, word, y'all hated this? All right, well, guess what? Part-time champion until he retires." That would probably be the most ideal way for him to go out. The only thing is, that's gonna kind of like hold the main event kind of hostage. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think? It's gonna hold the main event. Well, the SmackDown main event scene is gonna be held hostage, and upper mid card guys like or main event guys like Drew McIntyre, they're gonna have to win the United States Championship or something, you know, because when you really think about it, a lot of these part timers, they're doing exactly what they said they wasn't going to do. You know what? That's a great analogy though. That's a great analogy. They did hold it up for 3 years, and like I said before in the previous video, they really didn't even have to do it that way. They really didn't have to do it that way. They could have they could have done this the bloodline storyline without Roman Reigns holding the title for as long as he did. Like and when The Rock came back and ruined everything or tried to ruin everything and be like, "Oh, I'm facing Roman for the title." It was like, y'all could do this without the title, man. Y'all know that, right? They can. That was that right there. That right there. That's what got me tight. I'm like, yo, dog. Y'all mean to tell me y'all can't do this without the title? Yo, y'all could. They could have even put the Ula Fala on the line for all I cared, but they never did nothing like that. That's crazy. They and I'm happy that a lot of the people that were in the Bloodline storyline, they came out better than they were previously. Like Sami Zayn, he was just on his conspiracy theorist stuff. He did have like one or two intercontinental title reigns, but with that, but it was kind of getting old. So him joining the Bloodline, it opened a lot of doors. He got a WrestleMania main event out of it. Jay Uso got a world title out of it. Still wondering what they're going to do with Jimmy. I don't think they going to give Jimmy any burn really. Like it would be cool to see Jimmy win a title for himself, but like I said previously about the main event being held up because John Cena's holding that title. The same could kind of be said for the United States title scene right now because when you really think about it, if John Cena is gonna be part time and he's not gonna be doing a lot of dates, um, the United States title is going to be the main title that everybody's like kind of going after. So if you think about all of the main event guys, like obviously Jacob got the title right now, but you got Drew McIntyre, you got Damian Priest, you got who else? LA Knight. You got all of these guys that'll probably get opportunities at that title before Jimmy Uso. So you know what I'm saying? And Jimmy Uso's not established as a singles guy, so it'll be easier to kind of push him to the side and give it to like a Drew McIntyre so he can get that that grand slam. You know what I'm saying? So, I really want Jimmy to do some shit, but I don't know. It might happen. Sammy, Jay, Jacob benefited the most. Absolutely, absolutely, especially Jay, because before all of this, the talk between Jimmy and Jay was, oh, we're gonna be a tag team forever. Jimmy and Jay was all right. Well, I never thought about being a singles guy for real, like this and that. They were saying that like in 2018, 2019. So, and then a lot of people didn't really see Sami Zayn for anything more than like, a mid card guy. I mean, he's always going to be like a mid card guy, probably. He might get like a world title at the tail end of his career, like just on some thank you for your service shit. But, um, yeah, he'll just probably be like a multiple time IC champion, United States champion, probably win another tag team title, maybe probably win one more with KO. You never know. So it'll be cool to see what goes on, and it'll be cool to see if it holds up. You know what I'm saying? But definitely those are the main guys that benefited. I would have thought that Solo would have benefited a little more, but I don't know. They playing with that man's name for real. I don't like how I mean he's gonna be in the Money in the Bank match, but we all know he's not gonna win. There's only two guys that's probably gonna win that Money in the Bank match. It's either going to be Seth Rollins or it's going to be Carmelo Hayes. Because the Money in the Bank is built for heel superstars more than anything. It's not really the Royal Rumble was built for like the baby face to go against all odds and beat the final boss, the Hill champion and stuff like that. But the Money in the Bank is for Hills because it's yo you wait it out, you stake your claim once the champion's at his weakest, and you know what I'm saying, go from there type shit. So I don't know. I think the only two that would make sense for real. People are saying L.A. Knight, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like L.A. Knight don't really need the Money in the Bank briefcase. I feel like he has enough cachet to just win a number one contenders match for the world title shot and just get it. I could be bugging. But AEW is about to come on, so I'm definitely going to tap in and see what's going on with that. I'm not a big fan, but like I said, I'm going to see what's up. You're absolutely right. Never even peeped with the money. Yeah, nah, for real. LA Knight ship has. Yeah, yeah. I don't see LA Knight becoming a world champion unless he goes to Raw and probably wins the world heavyweight title. That would be possible, but I don't see him winning the WWE championship at all. But yeah, it's going to make a lot more sense if Seth or Melo wins. But I could see CM Punk cost to Seth Rollins and that opening up another can of worms and a new chapter for their beef. But I can see that happening. I'm really and truly hoping for Carmelo Hayes to get that though. Because it would make the fact that they made this man wait as long as they did, it would all make sense versus him just getting a United States title match because they got him looking silly as hell. But he actually got to qualify first. So if he don't qualify, then you know what I'm saying, it's grim. But to not have a Carmelo Hayes, young high flyer, probably in the prime of his career, could take a bump a lot more than like a I don't know a 39-year-old Seth Rollins can. To be in a match, it would make a lot more sense for him to be in a match. But with WWE and how Triple H be treating black wrestlers, who the hell knows? I don't know. But it would be cool though. It would be cool. It would be cool. I'm over here wearing this hat like I got the baldy under here. Like my shit pushed back. My shit look a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but my shit not pushed back though. Like I actually gotta go get a cut, but my hairline not crazy. It could definitely be better. Like my shit. That's why I don't wear caps though like that because it be making my hair look wow. But I'm gonna keep this on for a little second. I know when I pulled it up, everybody was like, "Ah!" Black Couch Booking. What up, bro? What up, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to you and what you've been doing. You definitely, I'm not gonna lie, you're definitely inspiring a lot more than you think that you are, bro. Because I think watching your shit was what made me say, you know what? Let me try this out because there's a lot of thoughts that I do want to get off and stuff, but I don't be having nobody to really talk about it with. So that's kind of what pushed me to start getting in and saying, you know what, I don't really care about whether or not I get subs or views or anything like that. I just kind of want to, dish my thoughts out. And with a lot of the communities, that's the wrestling communities and stuff like that, it's not a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of them. So shout out to you, bro. This was dope. First stream, tapping with you. Yo, Planet Brooklyn Supreme. I appreciate you, bro. Still don't understand why Karrion Kross doesn't get a mini push. Nah, I do think that Karrion Kross should probably be getting some sort of push. He should definitely be getting some sort of push in some capacity because the crowd been asking for it. I think it's gonna come in the form of a face turn though. Black Couch Booking in the chat. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Like Black Couch Booking. I ain't gonna lie. Like Kai is definitely 100% inspiring. Because a lot of people started really tapping in, and it feels good to have that representation on the East Coast for real. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. But they kind of doing my son Karrion Cross dirty. I'm not gonna lie. At first I wasn't the biggest fan of him because of his presentation on NXT, because when I saw him on NXT initially, I saw him as Killer Cross, and I was like, all right, yeah, I can get with this. But him in the Indies or in TNA versus how he was when he got to NXT, you know what I'm saying? Like they tried, but the fact that it was PG, it wasn't really the same. I didn't, it wasn't something that I enjoyed for real. But the way they present him now at this point in his career is cool, and it would be cool to see him on TV a lot more. Nah, yo, that ain't glazing, bro. That's not glazing, bro. You speaking facts. Speaking facts. We give flowers out here. You know what I'm saying? We give flowers out here. The character that they've given him, no funny, it can turn into something. And what's crazy is when he came back, I thought Triple H was going to push him to the front of the line. I thought he was going to push him to the front of the line. Triple H is real funny style, because Triple H, he just didn't want AEW to pick a lot of his old guys up, because you seen what they already did with Swerve Strickland, and you seen what they did with Moxley and stuff like that, because Triple H was the main one that was high on John Moxley on the low. But Vince wanted uh, Vince wanted Roman Reigns, obviously, and once Dean Ambrose or Moxley, he seen that it wasn't really working the way he wanted it to work. Triple H seen that Moxley wasn't working in the WWE the way he would have wanted it to work. He put all his power behind Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins became like his guy, like tenfold. Yo, this is why I don't wear hats, cause like the top of my forehead is starting to sweat. I mean, it could be because of the lights on, but I don't know. But yo, I'm wrapping this live up because I have a couple things I gotta do before I go to bed, and I'm gonna also try to watch AEW. I will watch AEW, but yo, I appreciate everybody who tapped in. This is my first live. I had to see what was up with it, um, but it was cool. It was cool. A lot more people turned out and pulled up than I thought they would. So you know what I'm saying. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all, yo. Yo, I appreciate everybody here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Hezekiah Thomas, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who tapped into the live, everybody who was subscribed, you know what I'm saying? This is all new to me, because it's me doing it by myself. I did like a little podcast thing with my mans a while back, like a couple years ago. That shit was dope. But time and creativity, it kind of like made things different, and we didn't really end up doing what we wanted to do. But yeah, this is the first time I'm doing it by myself, and I'm gonna just keep growing, and I'm gonna keep tapping in, and I'm keep making content. But yo, I'm over here slurring my words. This edible is hitting. Yo, I appreciate everybody, but I'm out. Peace.